This episode of Kitchen Chemistry Student Edition focuses on pasta making and salad making through the use of some chemistry life hacks. But first, let us go to the preparation stage for simple tips on easier kitchen management after shopping. First chemistry life hack, vinegar and adhesive. So this life hack is for containers or other surfaces that need to have the stickers or adhesives removed. So through dabbing some vinegar-soaked tissue, it easily wipes off the adhesive. Adhesives such as the ones found on sticker tags and other labels utilize the concept of adhesion forces in order to be able to allow sticking of paper to the surface. Adhesion is a tendency of the similar particles to cling to another surface. Adsorption is one of the main factors on how the stickers can stick to another surface. A lot of very weak electrostatic forces hold the adhesive and the two substances together. These forces are called the van der Waals forces or the London forces, which are the main forces that allow the sticking. There is no actual chemical bond that connects the two substances. However, when vinegar is introduced to the sticker and the surface, the van der Waals forces found in the adhesives are not strong enough to hold the sticker and surface together. This is because vinegar is composed of 5% acetic acid and 95% water. When it interacts with the adhesion forces are weaker than the forces found in vinegar. Because of this, the sticky residue or the adhesive gets removed and dissolved.
Chemistry life hack number 2, biscuits. Have you ever wondered how to keep your biscuits nice and crunchy? Well, in this life hack, we will show you exactly that. Biscuits tend to have a dry and crunchy texture when freshly opened or made, but then go stale when left out. This is a result of the absorption of moisture in the air due to the high sugar content present. Sugar aids the staling of biscuits due to it being hygroscopic, which means that it tends to absorb moisture and make weak bonds with it. That causes the stale and wet texture of the biscuit. Storing it in a sealed container prevents the moisture from going into biscuits, keeping it from going stale.
Now, let us proceed to chemistry life hacks for pasta making.
Kitchen chemistry hack number 3, adding salt when boiling pasta water. This life hack is actually pretty well known and simple to do whether or not you're experienced in cooking. Simply add the chosen amount of salt based on your preference to the water you're going to use to cook your pasta before bringing it to a boil. Just keep in mind that the more salt you add, the saltier your pasta is going to be. But that's not all adding salt to your pasta water will do, because well-salted water also leads to a decrease in cooking time, since the water will boil faster. The chemistry behind this is explained by the intermolecular forces of attraction, or IMFA for short. The addition of solutes, in this case salt, interfere with the molecular bonds between the water molecules, which causes a decrease in its heat capacity. The heat capacity of a substance determines the amount of Ng needed to cause a change in its temperature.
Chemistry life hack number 4, boiling water and oil. Have you ever wondered why your boiling water boils over? Well, in this life hack, we will show you a neat trick to prevent that from happening. When boiling water, the tendency is that it boils over due to the surface tension of the water that allows bubbles to form on the surface due to the gas buildup and pop after a certain size. This is enhanced by cooking starchy foods such as pasta because it adds starch to the water that gives bubbles a higher surface tension and a more pliable structure. The surface tension is dependent on the intermolecular forces present at the interface because it can cohere more strongly on the surface due to it being directly associated with the molecules on the surface. A neat trick to prevent this from happening is adding oil. Oil is a nonpolar substance that is unable to mix with the polar substance known as water. With that, separation will occur between the two. Aside from this, oil and water, where the water is denser, causing the sink and the oil to rise. With that, the oil will rise and disrupt the forces present at the surface, causing the surface tension of the water to decrease. Because of the lack of big bubble formation and oil forming on top, it will prevent the water from boiling over. Chemistry life hack number 5, defrosting meat. Have you ever wondered how to defrost your meat fast? In this life hack, we will show you a safe and quick way to do just that. When food are frozen, such as meats, it takes around 18 hours to thaw it out completely when left in the refrigerator. The faster and more efficient way of thawing out frozen meat would be to submerge it in water. Submerging the frozen meat in water allows the heat to transfer quicker due to liquids being a better conductor of heat as opposed to air. With that, water can transfer heat far more efficiently than air, causing the frozen meat to heat up faster, which results in a faster thawing or defrosting process.
The boiling of the pasta and the sauce were not included as they were not hacks, but this is the finished product using the hacks that we discussed. Yum! So here we have the different dishes that were made possible because of kitchen chemistry.
Of course, pasta isn't the only food we have on the table, but also salad. Now let us proceed on using chemistry to make the crunchiest and most appetizing salad there is.
Kitchen chemistry hack number 6. To get that perfectly crunchy vegetables for your salad, try dunking the vegetables in a container of water. Plants, such as vegetables, store energy in the form of sugar, which is a solute. Once the vegetables come in contact with the container of water, the water would move towards the area with more sugar through osmosis, which is the process wherein the solvent goes to the area with high concentrations of solute. Another factor as to why the vegetables get crunchier is because of the presence of the cell wall in plant cells. The rigid structure of the cell wall keeps the cell intact despite the amount of water entering, so when you finally take a bite of the salad, you will hear that satisfying crunch brought by the turgid nature of the plant cells.
Kitchen chemistry hack number 7. Adding vinegar when poaching an egg. Poaching an egg is something most people struggle with, but even beginners can make great tasting poached eggs at home just by doing this simple life hack. All you need to do is add some vinegar to boiling water and swirl it around until a vortex forms. Drop the egg into the center of this vortex and take it out after it finishes cooking in a few minutes. Be careful with how much vinegar you add, since too much can lead to eggs with a rubbery texture and a vinegary taste. The chemistry behind this is explained by solutions and chemical reactions. Vinegar is commonly composed of acetic acid, water, and other ingredients, making it form a weak acidic solution when added to water. When an egg is added to the water and vinegar solution, the proteins that make up its whites and yolk undergoes the chemical change of denaturation, which causes the raw egg to coagulate and form a solid mass. The acidic nature of vinegar, paired with the swirling hot water, prevents the poached egg from separating or forming wisps.